Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to CTV Morning Live. March is Nutrition Month, and I need a bit of a cleanup after having Lori in with those shooters. That was not a good start to my day.
You're in good hands.
We were talking all about this new concept. I hadn't heard about it at all, Andrea. Andrea Hall-Wagner in with me this morning to talk about this 100-meal journey. First of all, great to have you here.
Thank you.
This is your month.
Yes, March is Nutrition Month. Dietitians are celebrating.
Yes, yay, yay. And I guess Pi Day doesn't help either, right? That's the only thing.
Hey, you're a little bit of celebrating that too. It's all in balance.
But tell us about this 100-meal journey. What exactly is it, and how could it help us?
So in the course of a month, we eat over 100 meals.
Okay,
and so as dietitians, what we're trying to get people to think about is what are those little tiny things that you could do,
right?
Small little shifts within one meal, rather than doing some extreme makeover, tiny little things that you could do along the way.
Well, and that's the thing. If you do tiny things, I would assume you're more likely to keep them as part of your daily routine. If you're trying to make this big shift, it can be overwhelming. Eventually, you just go back to your habits.
Exactly.
So one of the big things you're talking about is introducing vegetables, and you have a concept for that as well.
I would say most of our clients struggle with getting enough vegetables. So one of the things that I like to teach them is what I call the 2x2 rule.
Okay.
And the 2x2 rule is eat 2 vegetables twice a day.
2 different vegetables twice a day?
2 different vegetables twice a day.
4 different vegetables within one day.
And what we know works about that is there's something called sensory specific satiety.
What's that?
That's the scientific word.
What is that?
I kind of affectionately call it the law of variety.
Okay.
And what it means is the more variety you have, the more you will eat.
Sure.
And so we know if you packed in your lunch, let's say some carrots and tomatoes, you'll eat more than if you just packed carrots.
Right,
But we know for dinner, if you did roasted green beans or roasted beets and a salad, you're going to eat more than if you just had a salad.
Well, that makes sense, right? And it's very easy to get kind of bored about just one type of vegetable or one type of salad even, right? So mix it up. Okay, so one of the other big things then you talk about, of course, is just trying to make little changes. You just mentioned that, and that can come in so many different formats, but of course when it comes to meal planning, that's the easiest thing to do.
So, you know, standard things, people say, well, I don't know what to do with a cauliflower. I eat it raw and bored, or I steam it and it's gross. And one of the things I want people to think about is roast a cauliflower. Chop it up, put a little olive oil, salt, pepper, roast it, bring out the natural sweetness, drizzle a little tahini, and tahini is a sesame seed paste on top. Delicious.
Okay, okay.
Make a hummus fun, or buy one that's got either sun-dried tomato, roasted pepper, or even leftover roasted beet or a pickled beet. Try something new. Just blend that right in there. You build the veggies into something that's already enjoyable.
Absolutely, yeah.
I brought in a giant bag of lentils. This is a wonderful, excellent source of protein, really cost-effective. Blend that right into your traditional chili recipe to add a little bit more nutrition.
That's the thing, is that all you need is flavor. Eventually, with flavor, everything makes it more exciting.
You bet.
And flavor doesn't usually mean big in calories or fat content, so you're usually pretty good to go.
You bet.
Where we do have often have problems are in snacks, and that's where I lose a lot of problems.
Of course, as the chocoholic dietitian, I mean, chocolate is so lovely. I have a chipaholic, my husband in the house, and so with harder to manage sweet and savory foods, some of the things that we know work really well is, first off, if you think about this container of chocolate almonds that I've got here, what I've done is I've put them into little saran wrap packs of a portion that people will typically do better with than if you had a clear bowl sitting on your counter. This is going to end disastrously.
Well, absolutely. And then when you look on the information for the nutrition information on the back of packs, usually it is, you know, half a cup or a quarter of a cup, but you don't think about that. Now it makes sense.
People just get handfuls in there, and then we're mindlessly eating, watching TV, or on our computer.
And look what you did with the chips. This is so smart.
Same sort of thing. Open the bag up, portion them all out, and that way when you're reaching in there, you've got, you know, 8 little Ziploc bags full, or use containers if you're extra green, whatever works for you to help break up the portion sizes. That really helps to slow people down.
That's great. This is also great with popcorn too. That's one of the other ones. Okay, Andrea, thank you so much. You always have such great tips for us. Registered dietitian Andrea Hall-Wagner, of course, has a website. You should head to it. Lots of great information on there. It is healthstandnutrition.com. I got that right?
You bet.
Okay, let's head over to Kelsey to take a look at the weather, Kelsey.
Ash, Andrea is so right about those chocolate-covered almonds. 8 was